Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Dr. Deniz. I'm a human AI interaction professor and I teach topics like decision making and how to use AI to think better and make better decisions. Before every class, I ask this question to my students. Before even we talk about equations, models, or tools, what does it mean to make a decision when you don't know what will happen? In engineering and science, AI, leadership, business, the hardest problems are not about knowing or calculating the right answer, right? So they're about deciding responsibly under uncertainty. Uncertainty is inevitable. Making peace with it is very important if you want to learn about how to make a decision. So let's start with a formal definition because I believe what decision is, or knowing what decision is, and more importantly, what is not, is really important to set the foundations. A decision, first of all, is not a feeling, is not a guess, is not a reaction. It is a structured choice made under uncertainty. So every decision could be personal, could be technical, financial, organizational, has 4 components. The first one is decision alternatives. This answers the question of what can I do, right? Alternatives are the actions available to you. For example, choose model A or model B. Collect more data or act with what you already have. A very common mistake is thinking you only have 1 or 2 options. So knowing the decision alternatives is very important, and good decision making starts with expanding the alternative set. The second component of decision making is states of nature. So this answers what might happen that I don't control. States of nature are external circumstances, external uncertainties, such as user behavior, for example, a market response, or weather conditions. If you're an engineer, like a system failure, policy changes, if you're a business owner, right? So you don't choose these. They happen independently of your decision. And this distinction is very important because confusing what you can control and what you don't leads to poor decisions and poor analysis. The third component of a decision making is outcomes, payoffs. This answer, what happens when my choice meets reality, what it corresponds to, right? Each alternative leads to different outcomes under different states of nature. You can think of outcomes not necessarily just financial, but they can include like safety outcomes or reputation outcomes, reliability outcomes, or long-term impact, right? Engineering decisions, if you're talking about engineering decisions, often fail when outcomes are defined too narrowly. And the fourth component is the information. This answers what do I know before deciding, right? Information includes, of course, we all know data, the models, expert judgment, what experts think about that, right? What they predict, prior experience. And here's the key insight for you. Information is always incomplete, is always imperfection. Therefore, just make peace with the uncertainty. Uncertainty is not a flaw. Just remember that it's a condition. It's a real world decision making. If you're dealing with the uncertainty, that means that you're dealing with a real world decision making.